Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Samsabila Zaratun and I will be presenting about English consonant sounds. Definition of consonants. Consonants are sounds in the production of which one articulator moves towards another or two articulators come together. Obstruction the airstream and the airstream can get out freely. Classification of consonants. In order to form consonants, the airstream through the vocal cord must be obstructed in some way. Therefore, consonant can be classified according to 1. The place where the airstream is obstructed or the place of articulation. 2. The way in which the airstream is obstructed or the manner of articulation. Place of articulation. The place of articulation is the location of the obstruction of the airstream in the articulation of consonant. It describes the point at which the articulators actually touch or are they closest. The most important place of articulation for the production of English consonant are listed in below. Place of articulation. First, sound in which the airflow is modified by forming a contraction between the lower lip and the upper lip are referred to as bilabial sounds. An example is the first sound in pit. Second, sound in which there is a contraction between the lower lip and the upper teeth are referred to as labiodental sounds. An example is the first sound in pit. Third, sound in which there is a contraction between the tip of the tongue and the upper teeth are referred to as dental sounds. An example is the first sound in teeth. Next, sounds in which there is a contraction between the blade or tip of the tongue and the alveoli are called alveolar sounds. An example is the first sound in sin. Next, sounds in which there is a contraction between the blade of the tongue and the palato-alveolar or post-alveolar region are called palato-alveolar sounds. An example is the first sound in sheep. Next, sounds in which there is a contraction between the front of the tongue and the hard palate are called palatal sounds. An example is the first sound in yes. The last one, sounds in which there is a contraction between the back of the tongue and the velum are called velar sounds. An example is the first sound in cool. Manner of articulation. Manner of articulation is the way in which the airstream is obstructed or altered in production of speech sounds. It describes the types of obstructions caused by the narrowing or closure of the articulators. Manner of articulation. 1. Stops are the sounds in production of which there is a complete closure of the articulators involved so that the airstream can escape through the mouth. There are two kinds of stops. A. Oral stops or plosive are the sounds which are produced with the airstream being stopped in the oral cavity and the soft palate is raised, blocking off the nasal cavity. Then the two of articulators come apart quickly and the air escapes through the oral tract. B. Nasal stops or nasals. They are produced with the airstream being stopped in oral cavity but the soft palate is down so that the air can go out through the nose. As an example, we can see in below. 2. Fricative are the sounds in production of which two articulators come close together, but there is still a small opening between the so the airstream is partially obstructed and audible friction noise or a hissing sound is produced. We can see the example in below. 3. Affricatives are the sounds which are produced when stop is immediately followed by a fricative. 4. Lateral. It sounds which is made when the airstream is obstructed at a point along the center of the oral tract, with incomplete closure between one or both sides of the tongue and the roof of the mouth. 5. Approximants are the sounds in the production of which two articulators come closer together but without the vocal sac being narrowed to such an extent that friction noise is produced. Differences and similarities between stops and affricates. The same between stop and affricates is because the perfect meeting of the articulators causes the same airflow to stop, or complete closure. The differences between stops and affricates is in the air lip, if the air lips stop early and if affricates slowly. Voicing 1. Voice consonants are produced when the vocal cords are vibrating. Example, fat, gum, bit, zip, dan, gin, displeasure. 2. Voiceless consonants are produced when the vocal cords are not vibrating. Example, fat, calm, hit, sip, tone, thick, chin, pressure. That's all for me, sir. Thank you.